And the controversy in the Counter-Strike scene does continue. Hope you guys are all doing well. As per usual, welcome back to more esports talk, guys. That being the coaching scandal with the spectating bug we've talked about over the past 2 weeks, and will continue over the next 2 weeks as well, because the ESIC now investigating this coaching spectating bug, which should be incriminating further coaches, and along with that, also involving match fixing of some Counter-Strike pros also competing in Valorant. There's going to be a lot exposed in these coming weeks, unfortunately so, around pro players and coaches. Speaking of exposed, we've already talked about several coaches out there which have been handed bans for cheating and using the spectating bug in the past. The most guilty of that being former Hard Legion coach kNg, Hunden from Heroic, and MIBR Dead, who is their manager and acting coach as well. It was actually kNg shortly following the announcement that these teams impacted who had their coaches cheating and using this bug, their RMR points or their major points, however you want to put it, have been reset. It was kNg, I would say hot-headedly, and I think actually now has deleted this said tweet, and probably the right call on this. He has now called this reset of points unfair and ridiculous. In his own words and based off translation, saying along the lines of, I don't agree with Valve's punishment. Taking all of our points just because of one round, in my opinion, is unfair and ridiculous. And this, of course, sparking a lot of backlash out there because, well, when it comes time for a punishment like this, in my opinion, I would find this pretty fair. You cheated, or part of your team, I should say, your coach cheated on the road to the major, and I think his argument being, okay, why do all of our points have to be reset because of one round from one event? Well, we know Valve in their backhand usually stems a lot further on these punishments, so no one does it ever again, right? All of a sudden, you're only banning coaches because of cheating in one event. You only take away the points of that event. Okay, maybe it's worth trying or giving it a risk because, hey, the upside is better than the downside of only having those points reset from a single event. You catch my drift on this? I think, of course, the biggest reference point being iBuyPower got caught match fixing for one event, and those boys were banned for life from all majors. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's actually the right call and a pretty fair and just punishment for MIBR having their points reset for one major, okay? It's the road to one single major. It's not like every other major you ever compete in again that your points will reset randomly, right? Valve definitely has a heavy backhand, so future coaches and future teams do not even try to do these things. I like this, okay? I think it's a fair and just punishment. That's all I have to say about this. You think about a prime example being the Fortnite scene, okay? When those kids were cheating or teaming and colluding, you know what Epic Games did? A 2-week ban. You know what happened? The cheating did not stop. This is a great move by Valve, and it's worked in the past, right? Certainly, a lot of top teams out there have avoided match fixing because of the iBuyPower bans. It's pretty poorly timed, though, because currently the ESIC is now investigating a lot of match fixing scandals, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? Valve cannot go easy on the coach and spectating bug because otherwise teams might risk it because it's worth the reward. So I think it's a fair and just punishment. kNg says otherwise. He has now deleted that tweet. I think that speaks volumes. Him taking back those thoughts, probably the right call from the MIBR side. Lastly, brought to us by Decay. Please go check out the article, guys, because his source telling him some pretty sucky things, and we've already seen several coaches, like I've already mentioned 3 or 4 so far. Gary, luckily from Furia, cleared his name. Unfortunately, in the last few days and this last week as well, we had PETA, formerly of NIP, come out about a past instance. We had Rasian from Mouse Sports. Others like Twista just this morning as me recording, probably a couple days back by the point of this going live. He has as well. Twista from ENCE has now been suspended due to a past circumstance. These usually happening in prior years, but with the ESIC investigation underway, these coaches or their teams are getting ahead of it and saying, yeah, we're going to fire said person, we're going to suspend said person, or these guys are coming out and saying, oh, I'm going to bite this bullet before the ESIC bites it for me. Yes, these are past circumstances, guys, but it still is cheating. We will see the direct circumstances involving other coaches of what Decay's source says could be a further 15 coaches found guilty of an exploit and a cheat in CSGO. Certainly will be the biggest of all time in Counter-Strike history. It will not be fun to cover, but it will be interesting to see who is all implicated by these investigations. Until next time, hope you guys all enjoy. You know what to do, all right? Drink that water, drink that coffee. I'll catch you guys back here all week long. All right, take care. I'll see you soon.